We are taking notes on the preterite of AR verbs in your packet. So turn to the second page. It should be pretty much blank. I'll go through the notes with you right now and you just copy them down. Please pause it as you need to if you need more time to write as I talk. So the preterite of AR verbs, the word preterite just means past tense. And so right now we're going to look at just AR verbs. So I gave two examples in English. I walked, we studied. In English, the past tense is pretty much shown by that ed ending that I just underlined. In Spanish, what we're going to do is learn those endings right now. Just like we've learned how to conjugate a regular verb, now we're going to learn how to conjugate in the past tense. So let's go look at your T chart, the box that you have. And we're going to fill in the endings for AR verbs. So the yo form ending, and if you want to write on the side yo, tú, él, ella, and usted, and all that stuff, you can do that as we go. Your yo form ending is E with an accent on it. You have to make sure that you have that accent. It's very important for pronunciation as well as identifying a difference in past tense versus present tense. To form ending is aste. El, ella, usted is an O, and again, accent. Very important that you have accents on your yo form and your el, ella, usted form. Nosotros is amos. You'll notice that the nosotros preterite ending is the same as present tense. You learned that in Spanish 1. So when it comes time to differentiating between like for example, the word compramos means it could mean we buy or it could mean we bought. So you have to use context clues to figure out if it's present tense versus past tense. Vosotros hasteis and ellos, ellas, ustedes harán. So your endings are haste, o, amos, hastes, harán. And again, like I said, don't forget about those accents above the e and the o for your yo form and your el, ella, usted form. I'm going to go ahead and add those subject pronouns in, so feel free to do that. Nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. So now that we have that filled out, let's do a couple examples. So let's actually take our English examples. I walked and we studied, and let's put those in the preterite to say that we already completed them. So I walked. We're going to start with our yo form, and again, you can always write yo, it doesn't hurt. So to walk is caminar. So if I take caminar, I drop my AR, so I stop there. I go look at my yo form ending. It's an E with an accent. Yo caminé. And again, you kind of stress that ending. It might not seem important, but once you continue taking Spanish, you'll understand that the accents really help you emphasize parts of the word and help you differentiate between tenses as well. We studied is our second example. Again, you can start with nosotros. You don't have to, but you can. So we have nosotros, and then to study is estudiar, right? It's an AR verb. You drop your AR ending. Estudiamos. So we specifically talked about this earlier. I said that the nosotros ending is the same in the present tense and preterite. So you have to use context clues, and that might happen in the conversation you're having or the reading that you're doing or the activity, whatever. Or there could also be clues in the sentence as in words that tell you the time frame. So, for example, if I wanted to say we studied yesterday, I could add a word onto the end of this sentence to tell me that it already happened. So, for example, ayer. Nosotros estudiamos ayer. Now I know for sure it's in the past because that word ayer means yesterday, and that helps me figure out that it's already done and over with. In this space right here, I'm going to write three things. Car, gar, zar. We're going to come back to those three special endings for AR verbs in the preterite because I think just practicing what we have our notes on already is enough, and then we can come back and we'll learn about those special verbs in the next couple days. So you still have an activity on the bottom. So I've inserted the page from the book. It's page 354. So if you need to go to the e-text to use the book, you can, or you can just pause the video after we're done and just keep this screen up because I have the activity right there. So I'm going to do the first sentence with you. So I'm circling what we're doing, okay? So we have mi madre blank ayer. So my mom something, and then we just talked about ayer means yesterday. What we're doing is we're practicing using one verb. We're using the verb comprar. Comprar means to buy. So we're going to say what the person or people bought yesterday or last night, last year, whenever the time frame is. And the other thing is you have to tell me what the person bought. You need to use the picture that's provided, and that's going to be all new vocab. So in English, we're going to be saying, my mom bought the earrings yesterday. So we'll start our sentence with mi madre, for my mom. Now we have the verb comprar. We're going to use this new preterite ending. So I drop my AR and I go back up and I look. That's an O with an accent. Mi madre compró. O with an accent. Again, that accent really stresses the ending of the verb and it tells you that it's the preterite and not a present tense yo verb. Mi madre compró. And then we need los aretes, earrings. That's going to come from the front of your vocab list. And then we finish our sentence out with ayer, yesterday. That's all you do. So I think you can manage, should you, the next 5 on your own. Again, use the picture that's provided, and you're going to be only using the verb comprar in all of your sentences. We will go over that together on Friday when I get back. And then one more thing. Here is your assignment. Schoology. Under the 1.7b folder, there is an assignment called 7b vocab and preterite AR practice. It's basically like a Schoology quiz, except it's open notes. I want you to use your notes. I wouldn't expect you to do this without your notes because it's all brand new. Like the title indicates, it's going to be vocab related as well as the preterite of AR. So use those notes you just took with me. It's resumable. It's 55 points, which might seem like a lot, but you can take it as many times as you need to. You should definitely have this done at least one time, because you can always retake it, but at least one time you should have this done by Friday. So Friday at the beginning of class, everyone should have a submission for this. I don't mind if you work with people, but you obviously need to do your own work. So Friday when I get back, we'll talk about the activity right here. Go over respuestas, check your answers. And then if you have any questions about that review, we'll go over that as well. Adios.